Alright, we got a few things to check before we go ahead and fully reassemble. First thing I'm going to check, make sure the engine is centered correctly. I saw a gap back here last time. Kind of see it now. Alright. Let's see. I'm going to pull this off. Forwards. I don't know if that's going to work, but well, that'll lean over. Neat. That all looks pretty good. I might loosen it up and tighten it back just to make sure. I think it was 1/2. No, it has to be bigger, don't it? No, check it. I think it was 1/2. Yep. Alright. I'm gonna get you guys in here more if I can. Something like that. We'll be back. Change your view a little bit, like that. See if I can get you some light. Maybe you can see better. Maybe. All right. Switch sides. And we'll readjust our handle. About like that. Tilt you back. Right in there. Turn on the light. Much better. Okay. Let's see what we can do. I'll actually move my socket set down a little bit because we may have to tilt back and forth. Just a little bit, I think. Alright, lower down. Make sure you guys can still see alright. Yeah, I think so. The wheels are at their highest setting, so. Undo any of these guys. Let's see if we can move it. It does move a little bit, not a lot. It's funny. All the meeting service seems to be where they need to be. I wonder why it's tippy-toppy. It's just not made to support on that side. I'm not sure. But I'm gonna actually undo all of them, and then we'll move it around and then put bare bolts back in so I can verify for sure. Just made with that. So weird. Okay. Well, it is what it is, I guess. Liner folds back up. Like that. Stick this back in here. Right in there, I think. Like that. Okay. Let's find the other one. I feel like it needs to be shimmed or something, but very weirdly done. Doesn't seem to be a lot I can do about it. But at least I tried. Let's do this one first. Click. All right. Click. Click. Check this one. Click. Click. All right, so we checked that. All right, time to back up and go check the other things. You guys back. Something like that. Actually, I'll lower you a little bit for what we're about to do. Okay. Alright, really empty this thing a little bit. So we're gonna use it like that. And somewhere we have a level and stuff. I'm gonna go find it. I'll be right back. Okay. Got that done. Set that there. Alright. The bulb's a little bit off, but I think that's good for now. Might shim it a bit.
Okay. I'm on back. I'm on back right now.
Let's see.
I'm tired. And I'm trying to this thing.
Wrong way.
I was in bad.
That is just about perfect. Right there. A little bit off. There we go. Now, drill. So we have a nail. We do have a nail. Look at that. Okay, here's my drill bit. Grab my chair. My straight edge thing over here. Figure out what size this nail is. Right in there, about 1/8. Okay, that should work. I assume I'm level. Right in there somewhere. Like that. Put a drill bit back. Grab a hammer. Grab a nail. Huh. A little bit loose. I think I'll do. Try and make sure it's level. Now, first thing I'm going to do with our blade is make sure it's flat, as it can be. The center appears to be. Okay, definitely got some tilt on that. Okay, that looks good. Now we're going to balance it if we can. As you see, it's definitely off. More weight on this side. So, I'm going to take our own little marker. I'm going to go boop, boop. Flip it over. Yep. I'm going to take our Dremel. Oh. Let's see here. I'm just going to change that head out. I think no, I'm going to keep the head, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the amount. Take off with some higher or lower grip. They need a bob right here. Let's figure out which cord it is. This one, I think. Nope. There it is. Come on. Set it up there. Change out the paper. I'm gonna fast forward to changing the paper. A little bit silly. Close enough. Close enough to be balanced. Alright. I have a little pit back to it. Not a lot. Sure. So it don't rust no more. Sure. Actually, no, I don't want that one. Let's use this one. Most things probably going to knock off some of the runs, but we just need to dial. Just to dial up. I like that. All right, good enough. And with that, our blade is balanced. It's balanced more than it was, for sure. Excuse me. Let's get it back. Now, about time to go install a blade. All right, set that aside. All right. What did I do with the blade? Give me a second. Still have a second to refocus here. Figure out. All right, well, we got these parts. Put the blade down behind me. All right. I'm thinking. Just go down like that. Not like that. Like that. And it goes down like that. So, let's get started. Flip it back over. And we'll match this up to here. There's nothing on this thing. Like that. Your blade. There it goes. Take our extra bracket here. Meet those holes. Oh, this bolts into the drive shaft, not the drive shaft, the crankshaft. Gotta be tight enough to hold in for now. All right, we'll check, make sure our spark plug is disconnected. It is. In case we crank enough to spin it over any. We'll see if that's half like the other ones. It is not. upside down. That's okay. Let's try the next size up. 9/16. It is not. 5/8. Kind of likes that. I think it's actually metric. But I do. Actually tightening. Sure we're still there. Okay. Well, I'll get that goes. Click. All right, now we check clearance. Everything seems good. All right, start blades on. Arm under here. I'll do a double check on those bolts. Good. Tiny bit. Tiny bit. All right, we should be good. They're all torqued. Okay. Back. Grab this. Your tool's nice to put away. Stick that back over here for now. Now we'll do some of our other checks, which I'm going to do with a clean rag. Give that oil a second settle. To do that, I'm going to check the gas, make sure there's gas in there. Okay. Do it this way. Maybe. Get some symmetry. There you go, my ego. There it goes. All right. Now, over here. Open up our oil. It's going to be all over the place because it's been tipped. Bring that off. For a preliminary check, that shows the lowest point. I'll work that off. And we'll screw it all the way back in. And we'll take it back out. And we'll check it. Just about right. All right. Everything seems to check out. We will lower on bay 1. Okay, sure. The lowest setting, so I don't get anything under it. Like that. Move that forward. Unscrew these guys. Take our handle. I'm going to try to work these things back in. Make sure it's all right set up. Looks like it. This side's going to be a pain. starts getting it in. Come on. There it goes. Just a little bit tight. So we got wiggle arm if we need it. Wiggle room. There's someone. Push that nut back in there. Yeah, it's out of place. Check on this one. Wiggle. Tighten that down. Tighten that down. Now, let's go ahead and bend this back to here. Tighten this one down. Now, I'm going to reset you guys so we can work on the tail end of this thing. Should I do that? Rotate, bring you back. Okay, something like that, sure. I'm going to pull this a little bit different. Right now, I hope. So I can zoom you out. Okay. Pick our friend up. Something like that. Might have to change your view again. There we go. Something like that. Okay. Find my clamps. That'll work. Release that. Get some oil, some grease. My screwdriver. Good for now. Let's see if we can't fix this. Okay. Grab that out. A little bit of grease in the hole. We can. I'm gonna coat this guy. Like that. Okay. Let's wipe off the excess. I'm going to squeeze this back in here. And I'm going to wipe off the excess again. Okay, we do the same thing over here. Hopefully. A couple of twinge just came right off. Get this the hard way. Oh, you're coming out of there. You rusty little villain. Let's set it out. Well, it doesn't want to come out, so I'm going to grease it just as it is. A little bit trickier, but I think we can do it. Like that, and I'll put some in the side of the hole over here, because it's being such a charmer. Not that I know that that will help, but all right, let's stick that back in there. And then one way or another, we're going to maneuver this back in here. That's out of the way. Work it in a little bit. So much better. That is down there. You need graphite to do anything about that, or the fancy stuff. The T9 or some other thing I'm not sponsored by. Currently have. Okay. Now, clean that up some more. Do the same over here. So we don't have any of the fancy stuff. First, we'll put this away, and we'll talk about that. Grab some oil. Okay. Move it out here. Pull up my britches just in case, and then we'll try to find a spot where it's making noise down here. Give it a little bit of oil. Okay. Wipe up the excess. Let's see what that does. Quiet. Okay. Put the oil away. I think we're ready to go out and test it one more time before we hand it back. So we'll put all my tools away. And I'll meet you guys outside. We'll try to get this thing started and see what happens. Sorry about the bad audio, but here we are, ready to test. Find a little bit, and the bird is on, so be cautious. Children, animals, all that, outside. Let's get our test run. try its old trick. Alright, so we got something else going on. Not sure what. Double check the fuel. I know what's going on. I'm a big dirt. Sometimes I unplug the spark plug because we were working on it. There, now, let's see what happens. And that is Tipsy running and ready to go. Nice and repaired. 3D and stuff. So yeah. Helps plug the spark plug back in. But all seems ready to go. So for now, I'll take it back inside and wait for the people to come pick it up. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe. Bye. See you next project. I forgot one final touch. We need to restore it back to where it was. Move stuff out of the way a little bit. Sorry about this. Need a little bit of floor space so I can get down here and work on it. Let's move you guys a little bit. There we go. Looking at the video, it looked like one was hooked over here and is hooked under this thing. Something like that. And then back around and hook to itself. And like that. Final touch is done. Time to return to its owner. Goodbye, Tipsy. You've been good, and it was fun. And I loved cleaning you up. I appreciate it. Time to go back home. Bye, Tipsy. Or shall I say Tipsy No More?